So, like I said, they're going to try to convince you that they're not spiritless, just like they did our ancestors, but they're not going to be able to do that to us this time. So, and the reason that we forgot about reincarnation, the reason we forgot about diet and the real spirituality as far as how to get up out of here and learn lessons of our past lives with access to our Akashic records and our DNA, down into 10% of our brains and all that knowledge of the chakras, energy centers connected to our spirits and everything, to be able to see into the fourth density and the things that are holding us back. They stripped us of that knowledge. So they did the same thing to our ancestors. It's like the devil wearing a blue dress. The devil might be a woman. Um, I'm not convinced that it's a man. Honestly, it might be a combination of the both. Just like the Almighty Spirit, the divine masculine, divine feminine. But the same thing they did to our ancestors is what they've been doing to us spiritually. What does that mean? They taught you that black people started in Africa, that there was no other black people anywhere else on this planet. Why do you think there are Dominicans? Why do you think there are Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Samoans, Australian Aboriginals? You can Google this. They teach you that the reason that they look like that, Colombians, Colombianos, Colombianas, the reason they teach you that is because they say that they brought slaves over and that the slaves started reproducing, breeding with the people that were already there, and that the people already there weren't black in color. That's not true. What happened was when Columbus and them, the Europeans and the Spanish, started sailing, going to these new lands, they found that there were black people that were already there. So they had slaves and they started raping the women and intermingling and, giving us their DNA and their genetics, dumbing us down as far as who we are spiritually and consciously in our God selves. That's why Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans, Samoans, you can go all down the line, look the way they do. It's not because they brought, that's what they teach you. It's not because they brought slaves over here. Oh, no, black people were already there. Why do you think there's statues of Olmecs and Buddha statues that look like black people all over this planet? What color were there most of the Hindu gods? Why do you think Eastern Indians look the way they do? They look like black white people, if you really think about it. That's because when the British invaded and, those that came from the mountains there started breeding and intermingling with the people. That's why Eastern Indians look like black people but with white features. They have straight hair, but their features are not like an African, straight up African. They have dark skin, but they look like, there's been generations of racial mixtures, intermingling. So that's what they teach you is that there were, and you can Google it. What color were the original Japanese and Chinese people? They had the same as far as facial features and eye structure, but their skin was black. A lot of their gods are black. Statues of Buddha are black, jet black, everywhere. Statues of Krishna are black. Statues of Rama are black. So they teach you that nothing came from black. They stripped you of everything and have you thinking that black is bad when the light is bad. Black is beautiful. Remember that. So they teach you that black people weren't anywhere but Africa. That's not true. When the Chinese had their original, they originally had hair like wool and all that, right? But they had the same eye structures because they're children of the sun as well. What happens when you look at the sun? What do your eyes do? What happens when you are in the sun for a certain amount of time every day? What does your skin do? So you really got to think about these things. You really got to think about these things. But anyway, all that knowledge. I'm sorry, my notes keep dropping. All that knowledge is, all that knowledge is going to come back to the forefront, and you're going to see every lie that they manipulated throughout history. You're going to see what they've been doing, and they're not going to have no explanation for it. They're going to try to convince you that they have a spirit. That's their explanation. Please don't get rid of me. Please don't do to me what we've been doing to you for generations and ages. Don't do that to us. No, we're not going to do that to you because you're not going to be here. There's nowhere for you to go but nowhere. And what gets rid of these entities? What gets rid of them? The black frequency. Dark matter, neuromelanin. That's why you have to work on your diet. That's why you have to meditate. That's why you have to activate your kundalini. That's why you have the right intentions. That's why you have to be in your higher self at all times. Because the dark matter that they're trying to manipulate comes from machines. That's not dark matter. That's not the original dark matter that comes from the Almighty Spirit. That's a hole in this third dimensional matrix that they're ripping with machines. Dark matter comes from us. That's who we are. We defeat demons on a second by second basis by living with nothing but love and that pure energy of love. they can't do that because they don't have spirit. So they have to do other things in order for them to breathe, in order for them to feel good at a certain time. It's like doing a line of coke every time you're coming down. That's how they live. That's exactly how you can compare it to that. That's their whole existence. Oh, I'm feeling down. Oh, man, okay, bam, I'm right back up. What do you want to do? Let's go play some basketball. Let's go run a mile. That's how they live. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. This person's feeling good. This person, I can see their aura. I can see their darkness shining. I can see they're living with nothing but love. Their intentions are right. They're treating people right. Nothing is affecting them. All right, we got to get them to slip. What are we going to do? How are we going to push a certain button in order for them to slip so we can latch onto that so we can feel better? I need that. All right, let's do what they don't do. Let's get on the opposite side of them and get them to feel some sort of anger, get them to feel some sort of frustration, get them to curse out loud, get them to feel some way about somebody. But we need this person to react in a certain way so we can latch onto that spirit and do what we can and do what we've been doing for generation after generation. It's not going to work that way anymore. I'm just letting you know that. You know it. So live with nothing but love. Show them your spirit when they don't have one. They will not know how to react to you at all. How can a spiritless react to a spirit? How do you think the devil reacts to the Almighty Spirit when it sees it? That's the same way that they react to us because we are that. Don't fall from grace. Stay in your higher self at all times, no matter what. No matter what you're doing, you could be doing something sexual. You can be doing something non-sexual. You can be meditating. You can be eating. You can be working out. You can be talking. You can be breathing. Just make sure you stay in your higher self at all times, no matter what. And all that hidden knowledge, that hidden spirituality, everything is backwards. Everything is upside down. Everything they taught you that's good is bad. Everything they taught you that's bad is pretty much good. So all that's going to come back to you, and you're going to see the truth. You're going to recognize the truth for what it is, and you're going to recognize who they are. Because a lot of us were born in the fifth dimension, and we work at it. We work to stay here, and we work to help others to get here, that deserve to be here, that are meant to be here. So for those of us that are born in the fifth dimension, we recognize the truth, and we know who can't come here.